So, this is our first video that we're showing our face.
Ever.
Are we ready for this?
I don't know. I'm not really sure what we're doing.
We know.
Winging it is what we're
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
Do you want to do like a anything typical?
I got this.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2. Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Ken, the Hustle Bee.
And Anna here from the Seller Club podcast.
Drop that beat.
Ken, what are we doing here? Why are we showing our faces?
I know it is a very nervous time for me because I've been challenged
To
to do a video podcast by Vicky. She's like, why don't you just do a video podcast? It's not that hard.
yeah, she saw through your excuses. Is what
She
happened.
did, and I'm always like, oh, I need a professional. Yeah, I need a studio and everything like
Right.
that. And guess where we're at? A studio.
This looks like a studio to me.
So I have to show our face. So Anna, why don't you tell everybody where we're at?
We are at eBay's Dreilinden campus in Germany.
And also, they have an awesome studio. We're recording a time lapse on this thing, so maybe we could give them a behind the scenes of what's going on here. And this was not planned.
It wasn't. Very spontaneous.
In a hustle bee way.
Very
we-
much.
Winging it, and we met some amazing eBay employees that are just been very welcoming.
Yeah.
And as you guys have been following our stories, we're here for the launch of the European Seller Forum, and we are part of the U.S. representation to just talk a little bit about the things that we do with eBay community in the U.S. and how I would say organically it has developed just through the relationship building that we have done. We have different categories that we sell on, different sizes of business, but at the same time we have realized that the value of community is very important.
Definitely. And I mean, all of our longtime listeners will know that that's the spirit in which we really started this podcast, because we have different businesses.
Yep.
And Glenn, who's not here, he's not invisible. He's actually not here.
Yeah.
He can be seen, just not on this video. But he, not Glenn, but we know that by our own experience of
Correct.
comparing our notes and sharing things with each other. Like sometimes the magic is at the intersection of what we have in common, and more often than not it's at the intersection where we can see what we don't have in common, but we can still find a way to apply something from your business to my business or vice versa. And so we have had so much fun. We have so much more to tell you about our time in Germany, but we got this opportunity to come to this studio. And what's this studio for?
It is.
Why is there a magical studio just sitting here waiting for us to record a video in?
Exactly. Maybe this was the sign of we need to do a video podcast.
Maybe
but-
Vicky was right.
Yeah,
is that
maybe
what you're saying?
Vicky is right. That I don't need a $6,000 setup. I need a $60,000 setup.
Right. I think that part might have backfired a little bit.
But no, very grateful for the opportunity to be here. Always, we've partnered with eBay with multiple different things, but like I said, it's not like they paid me, forced me to do this thing. I want to be part of this.
Right.
And I think part of it is we just want to represent our community to be able to meet with the leaders and the executives that we get to have a chance to talk to provide feedback. And that's one of the biggest things also that we do behind the scenes with Seller Club Podcast is you guys share the challenges and the different things that you have to the obstacles that you guys face as a seller. And eBay always asks us, how can we help you guys run a better, smooth operation, and how can we improve our tools? And that wasn't the main thing here, but we did get asked for those things, and we were able to talk a little bit more about just the different challenges about the different global markets. eBay is a global market, and this trip really showed that we met so many sellers from different. I've never met a group of people in the same room. There's probably
From so many different countries.
15 different countries.
Something like that.
Yeah, so that was awesome, and it would have been possible without eBay, and that's the global market of eBay, really. The power of eBay.
We're actually just one little drop in the bucket, U.S. sellers, so don't forget that.
And
There's so much more going on we have no idea about.
And one of the things that, like maybe, we cannot share everything, but one of the things that I kind of got out of it was, the ease of international shipping for us as U.S. sellers, because the tools, like they've developed a lot of tools, and it's just, it was my first time in Europe, so I had to understand that Europe has so many different countries that are very drivable. In the U.S., you could drive 26 hours and you're still in the U.S.
Right.
So different countries have different policy and different rules about import and export. So those are the things that we kind of heard that the sellers face, and the eBay in Europe, and specifically in Germany, that they're really trying to build an infrastructure for that to help sellers sell more in different markets and open up the different countries for eBay sellers to sell cross-border.
Right. So much work here is being done. And also, we're here with government relations. Mm-hmm. We talk about that sometimes on the podcast, and, we've both done some things in the U.S. with the GR team. And so that's kind of the team that we are here with. And so it's been a really cool thing to see the intersection of all of those important considerations and policies and needs and gaps and just all the things that have been discussed, and coupled with the context of building seller community.
Yep.
And lucky for us, we get to be here with some of our very best eBay friends. Mm-hmm. And I think I can speak for all of us that we've just been having a complete blast.
For sure. I'm definitely loving the food. I'm a
What's
foodie.
been your favorite so far?
They're so they have a main dish, right? Mm-hmm. They have a meat and all the sides. The sides, I'm digging the sides. I can't pronounce what they are. There's a potato salad, that's kind of how I see it. It's good. They have some kind of a slaw or a vegetable side.
A cabbage kind of
that's
kraut-ish.
Good, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Schnitzel. I love it.
There's nothing quite like a good schnitzel.
Huh? No. It's very good, and they're. You know me, I love coffee, and when you have coffee, you gotta have pastry. The pastries are amazing. I've ate a pastry every day.
At least one.
Multiple.
Yeah. One every 4 hours probably.
Yeah. So the weather is cold, but our hearts are very warm. The welcome that we have felt from eBay employees here at Germany. eBay Deutschland is amazing. This was not a part of the schedule itinerary that we had initially, but just through conversations last night, that's crazy. It was just last night.
I know.
During dinner that, we got to talk to people with the eBay community here in Germany, and we'll interview some of the people later and have you guys hear some of them. And I'm just grateful, and thank you guys for following our journey. And this is definitely a never settle moment that never in my life would I've thought that I would be here at eBay Germany. And that's just, I give it to the power of, the e-commerce, the eBay platform, the globalization of things, and ultimately the power of people. Mm-hmm. People coming together with same goal, trying to make other people better.
Counting down goes like this. 3, 2. I'm here with the whole crew in Germany, and the first guy is right here, and he gets to
drop that beat.
Hey, Inka.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're actually back to the podcast.
Yes, I was there during eBay Open, had a great time, great conversation, catching up with Glenn. It was like a little mini reunion, so glad to be back.
Yes, that's so sweet. I know you guys go way back.
Yes.
So maybe next time Ken can interview you, you can have the whole trifecta.
Sure.
Well, we're in a very special place right now.
Yes, we are in Germany. First time for me here in Germany. Incredibly grateful to be here for eBay. Just the access that is provided for being here in Germany. Just super grateful for this opportunity.
And we've been together in a bunch of different contexts with eBay, but this is a government relations trip.
Yes.
But for those who may not know you or haven't heard your eBay Open clips, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business? Because you're an eBay seller, and that's why you're here with us.
Yes. So my store is called Fashionably Legal. I sell men's and women's clothing, sneakers. The name comes from, I was literally sitting in a bar review class. I'm an attorney as well, studying for the bar, and it just came to me. I was like, I want to do something with fashion and legal, and there you have it, Fashionably Legal. Kind of a play off the words of fashionably late.
Right.
And
are you also late to everything?
I'm not late, but I was late for our first breakfast here because I did not set an alarm
so true.
due to this time change, severe time change, but I've adapted and set that alarm so I can be on time. I don't want to miss these opportunities that we have.
Totally. It's been just chock full, hasn't it?
Yes.
I know we've just been through a ringer in the best way in the last few days with all the different things we've gotten to do and people we've gotten to interface with. Have you had any really standout experiences while you've been here, or anything that really blew your mind about just eBay outside the US?
Yes, what blew my mind is just the level, the volume of seller that is outside of eBay, and just the things that they have to go through to be successful. We in the US, we have, as we've mentioned, international shipping, and it's a great thing. But just the hurdles that they have to go through as far as regulations, EU regulations that vary per country, it's quite remarkable to see that they've been able to have the success that they've had on the platform with these issues, and how eBay is partnering with them to try and understand the issues and see ways to better the selling experience.
Right. They have definitely demonstrated a lot of perseverance that a lot of us have never had to. So. No. I know you didn't call us spoiled babies, but I'm calling us spoiled babies. So we've learned that, wow, we have it pretty good in a lot of ways with the more simple and in a lot of ways setup that we have in the US, but it has been so great. Is there anything that you would recommend or not recommend about visiting Berlin? It's your first time here, right?
Yes, this is my first time here, and if you come in the winter, I recommend bringing the heavy coat, the scarf, the hats, the gloves, all of the above. I was close to bringing everything. I literally had a scarf folded up, and I was like, I don't need that, I'll be fine. But yes, you need all of that for the elements here. But it's great. It's a great experience, great walking experience, just to see the architecture, see the history, and just think of everything that went on in this part of the country and part of the world. And so it's a great learning experience, especially somebody like me who loves to watch a good documentary, history documentary,
so
any
true.
type of documentary. Just to walk in those spaces is a remarkable experience. Very
it totally
fortunate.
has been. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yinka, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
For the second time. We'll see you later.
All right.
So excited to introduce you to the rest of the crew. And I've got the next one with me, and she is going to
drop that beat.
Yeah.
Hey, Liz.
Hi, Anna.
How are you doing?
I'm doing terrific.
Are you having the best time?
I really am. I don't want to say the absolute best time because I don't want people to get too jealous.
I mean, I'm a little jealous of us. I can't believe this is
I know.
happening. I really have been pinching myself this whole time. So, Liz, I know and love you well. I would like to know if you would please introduce yourself to those who might not.
Absolutely. I'm Liz of Colorado Reworn, and I sell in the fashion categories.
Yes. And you have so many fun sourcing adventures.
Yes.
And she's so fun to follow on social media, so just throwing that out there.
At Colorado Reworn.
Ding. Yeah, perfect. So we are all here together as sellers in Germany, which is so exciting. And can you tell me any kind of standout experience you've had, or maybe a little bit about what the purpose of being here is for us?
Really, it's to help connect sellers across the globe.
Literally.
Literally, right?
Literally across the world.
But honestly, I can't pick any one experience because it seems like every 5 minutes we're learning something new or adding a new experience that I don't even know how to put it into words yet. My brain is still processing all of yesterday.
Right.
Like I told somebody this morning, yesterday we went all day with sellers and with eBay, government relations, community. And I think it was about 2 o'clock this morning, my brain finally allowed me to stop processing.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. It's so much to take in. There's been so many conversations with sellers and the awesome people who work here at eBay in Germany. And just, we've had all kinds of cultural experiences too, and seen so much history, just so much to drink in, right?
Yes.
How do you feel like your perspective on being a U.S. seller has been impacted? Has anything stood out to you about that?
Yes, and that seems to kind of be a common theme this week.
Yeah.
I actually got to spend a little bit of time with two particular sellers, one from Spain, one from Portugal, and just hearing their stories and the process that they have to go through, not really with eBay, but really just their countries and the regulations and the hurdles that they go through to sell on eBay. And it just made me think about, kind of some of our hurdles that we go through and how they're different, but ours tend to be a little less.
You're like, if we're comparing
If
notes.
we're comparing notes,
Yeah.
Definitely a little less. And that seems to have been a theme with every seller that I've met, or nearly every seller, I should say.
Right. Yeah, I think that's totally true for me. Okay, so we have some time in Berlin also. We've done a lot of official business, and now we have some time to explore a little bit. What's something you're looking forward to doing while you're here?
Well, I have two things.
Oh,
First is taking Anna on her very first train ride.
my first train ride, you guys.
In Berlin, of all places.
I know, it's going to be magical.
And really being able to explore here with the history and experience it firsthand.
Yeah.
And experience it with friends and experience it with, it's kind of across it because we're friends.
Yeah.
But we're also a seller community,
Yeah,
right? Because
right.
at the end of the day, eBay brought us all together.
For sure. And keeps bringing us all
and
together.
keeps bringing us
and
all
we're
together.
so glad.
So yes, I'm excited to do that and drink a lot of coffee.
Yes, it's good coffee.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm here for that, Liz.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. We'll take a train. Let's go get coffee.
Perfect.
Hi everybody, I'm Ken,
And I'm Vicky.
and she gets to
Drop that beat.
Hi Vicky, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm not cold anymore.
No, you've warmed up?
Yep. Oh, speaking of the weather, you are from,
Las Vegas.
and it's doesn't snow there.
Very rarely.
Okay, and what do you think about? Well, originally you were from Rhode Island, right?
I'm originally from Rhode Island, so
Okay.
I am kind of used to the snow and the cold for sure. I lived there for 38 years, but
Okay.
right now, they say your blood gets thin when you move to warm climates. I believe that.
Yep, and really fun time here. A little switching it up. I've known Vicky for a while now, but I think this is our first trip together doing some eBay, projects or something together.
We did a government relations trip, but you were split so much.
Yeah. So it was a shorter trip. So for me personally, it's really nice to get to know you more. That's
Agreed.
one of the things that I loved, and anything that you can share to the audience. Obviously, we sell in separate, very different categories. So why don't you just introduce what you do and kind of just like a short story of your eBay journey?
Sure. My store is LV Pink Peacock. Pink hair, LV, Las Vegas. I sell in the fashion and collectibles categories. You guys all know Anna, and I sell very similar items to Anna, a lot of vintage fashion specifically.
And how long have you been selling on eBay?
Since 1998.
1998.
I'm an OG seller.
So OG seller, and let's talk let's talk about the community, right? Like I think one of the things that I think one of the purpose why we're here is really to share and represent what the community is about, especially in the U.S. market, and hopefully to spread the love and show other sellers here in Germany and in Europe, and to show an example of how the community has blossomed throughout our different our relationships as different sellers and eventually became friends.
Yeah, I think it was a real important component of us coming here. We couldn't quite understand why they wanted us to attend
Yeah.
this until we got here. And it's really to help encourage the communication and relationships between various countries. They don't have a lot of a seller community here in the individual EU countries. And I think it hasn't really even occurred to a lot of the sellers that how important community is and how it adds to your business and how the relationships add to your business. And I think they brought us here to help demonstrate how much positivity
Right.
it can add to your overall business.
Right. I think even the U.S. sellers, sometimes like people see each other as competition, and one of the kind of like the words that I use is like we really don't compete with each other, we complete each other.
And I always say we're coworkers, not competition.
Oh, I like that. So any significant learnings that you have seen and you've experienced here during our trip at eBay?
I mean, it's
Berlin.
so
Yeah.
much. Of course, Berlin is rich in history and Germany in general, and I've always been a bit of a history buff, so this was super exciting to me to be able
Right.
to see this in person in this type of location. But meeting all the sellers from various countries, first of all, I feel a little silly that we only speak English and all of them speak multiple languages. Every single seller and employee speaks English as well as many other languages.
Yeah.
So having people here from 20 plus countries and they were all able to communicate with each other and with us
Yep.
was fascinating. But much like some of the other people said, we have it pretty easy at .com, guys, I have to say.
Yeah.
We all think we have some trials and tribulations and some issues, but the barrier that you have to overcome to be considered a business seller in European countries is significant and
Right.
significantly different than ours. And the fortitude that you have to get to that level
Yeah.
is very admirable.
Yep, I totally 100% agree on that one. And one of the things that we talk about, like making money is fun. It is great. It is important to make a living off of, pay your bills and stuff like that. But, what I truly believe is, yes, being successful, having all the financial benefits is great. But also, when you are involved with community, that's really where true fulfillment comes. We are just, more than, I believe we're here not to just make money, but I think we're here to build community, help each other, and grow together. So any advice for somebody that doesn't feel like they have a community or doesn't feel like, or maybe they haven't heard about a community in their area, or maybe they don't have a friend yet in the reselling space or even in the eBay seller community. I know you host a meetup group, and what's your advice for that seller there? Like, I wish I had that community. What's your advice for them?
Don't be afraid to join community. I will say I was a solo seller from 98 until 2016. I never felt that I needed to be a joiner. I wasn't a joiner.
Yeah.
And I went to my very first eBay Open in person in 2016 and my eyes were opened widely. And as you said, we are greater together than apart.
Yep.
And building community is something that helps us as solopreneurs kind of enrich our lives. And I feel that it's very important to be a part of something bigger than myself. And that's why I really double down and I'm really involved in the eBay community and community in general. I think if you are a solopreneur and you're feeling lonely or you're feeling misunderstood or you're feeling that there's not anybody out there that understands what you do or why you have a pile of junk in your living room, then find your community in some way, shape, or form. And if there isn't a community there, make your own.
Yep. And if you want to find us, make sure you follow us on our socials. Vicky, where can they follow you?
They can follow me at Katie and Vicky. And we have, my wife Katie and I have a YouTube channel, which is also called Katie and Vicky.
Yep.
And I'm at LV Pink Peacock.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
See you later.
All right, we've got a very special guest, the brave soul who led us into the studio, and she is going to
drop that beat.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
I am going to just ask you to introduce yourself. Our listeners have never met you. I'm very confident because we live on totally different sides of the world, but I'm so excited that you let us in here. That was very kind. And also that you're willing to come on the show and talk to me.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous because this is actually the first time I'm doing it in English, like an interview in English.
Wow.
But hi guys, I'm Lisa. I'm heading up seller community here in Germany, and I had the pleasure to meet all of you sellers yesterday over dinner. And this was when we decided that we actually have to show you our studio where we host our podcast and do a lot of webinars and social videos and so on and so forth. And I'm so happy you all came because it feels like a cozy living room, to be honest.
It does. It's so fun. I mean, we all are very passionate about community, but we also love the relationships that we have developed with people who work at eBay. There's so many amazing humans who work for eBay, and we've learned really quick that that's no exception at all in Germany. You're so brave for doing a podcast in English when you normally do them in German. And also, it's always cool to have somebody who's also a podcast host, like having the table turned on them. So will you just tell us a little bit about what the role of your podcast is and how that works for the community here? Because we're like kind of two sides of the same coin, and it's so interesting.
Yeah, sure. So we as the seller community team here in Germany, we work a lot with our US and UK colleagues. So we know what you're doing in the community space in the US. We figured that our DE community needs more content, more education, edutainment actually, for all the things that are happening at eBay. I mean, you've learned a lot about the differences between the US and what's happening here in Europe. There are loads of regulations, there are new eBay tools coming to life every week actually. And what we're trying to do with our podcast for 4 years now, over 4 years, is to talk about all of the things that are happening at eBay in depth. But it's not only us from eBay talking about it. So we are 3 hosts, and we're doing shows, like not all of the 3 hosts together every episode. So we kind of have our favorite topics to talk about, but we always invite guests. And those are sellers or experts from the market, or also other eBay employees who are the subject matter experts. And then we bring them onto the podcast and discuss what's new, what's important, what sellers have to know. And it's all from AI to eBay marketing tools, but also things that are happening in the market, like regulations. And they're not necessarily eBay topics, but they're important to know about.
Right, they're relevant to our businesses. And
they are.
Of course, we share a lot of the same priorities when it comes to the type of content and stuff that we try to put together for sellers. You know, we are sellers and we don't work for eBay directly. We have eBay businesses. But
to be honest, it feels like you're working for eBay. The energy over the last days, and also how many eBay employees you know, that is more than some of the actual eBay employees or like new joiners know after a few weeks. I was so impressed by the in-depth knowledge you all have. That's incredible. So you could actually start from tomorrow.
I mean, let me know if you're hiring. Also, I only speak English, which is a bummer. But I know that we both really think it's so important to share things that are really applicable, right? Something that you can go and apply in your business right away, something actionable. And I really appreciate that. Are there any certain things maybe that you've experienced interviewing sellers or kind of helping people put things into practice that stand out just from your career? Because you've been doing this show for a while.
So we're doing the podcast for a while, and I'm with eBay since 2013, and I've always been in roles where I had to talk to partners or sellers. And to be honest, it's always the same things over and over again, because regardless of the fact how long a seller is with eBay, you tend to forget the necessities, like
the basics.
The basics. Yep. And we always say be brilliant at the basics. That is the most crucial bit. So very often in our podcast, I think about the things we have to mention, and that it's not always about the new things. You kind of need a reminder, like keywords in a listing title, what a listing template is, what the retail standards are in each market, and what buyers want from you as a seller. And I think this is what we have to emphasize over and over again. And sometimes it feels like we're overemphasizing those things, but they are important. Yeah. And that is not different for the different markets. And it's a similar conversation with every seller, no matter what category they're selling on or how long they are with eBay.
Definitely. I know that's been a through line for us too. lots of conversations with other sellers that we've had, and even amongst ourselves. Be brilliant at the basics is my new catchphrase. So thank you for
Very
letting
welcome.
me steal that, because that's perfect. And even, I've only been selling on eBay between 8 and 9 years, which is a lot probably to some people's ears, but not nearly what others have been selling in the US at least. And so, I myself have to revisit the basics regularly, or just kind of be reminded of like what is most important and what makes the biggest impact, right? And don't like lose touch with the basic things that are really going to drive the most success, or the most of your success in your business. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share, just from the perspective of being in a totally different but like parallel universe, eBay, from most of our listeners who are sellers in the US?
So something I want to share, let me think about it. So just an observation from the last days, the work you do with the community in the US, it is so inspiring. And I think we here in Europe, with all the different cultures and also language barriers, right?
Right.
We tend to forget that there's a bigger community out there. So I appreciate everything you're doing. I think you also came over to Germany and inspired all of us to do even more with the community, because my team and I were trying to do a lot for the DE seller community, but there's also a European seller community.
Right.
And it kind of feels like we have to bring that to life a little. And it's more of an encouragement for all the sellers to watch out for events that are near you, not only eBay events, like e-commerce events. Just try to be connected, try to approach eBay people, because we love to get messages from sellers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know a lot of people have no idea. Liz was talking earlier today about how, when you're just running your business, it's like you and your computer, and you're like, maybe there's like 3 people running this website. It's like, no, there's all these amazing people like working day in and day out to create and adjust things for us, that make our businesses run. And it's really like, you can't unsee that once you've kind of seen behind the scenes a little bit. So we try to bring that to people who haven't had the chance to see it firsthand.
and just from an eBay employee perspective, I know that this goes actually for most of my colleagues. We're not doing that just for the paycheck at the end of the month. We know that we run a business for all of you to be able to run a business, and we're all in this together. So we love to hear from you. We love to do things for and with you. And I mean, we're just coming back from lunch, right? But we were there in the canteen, and it kind of feels like sitting next to colleagues, because we're all doing the same, and that is what this community is about. It's not only a seller community, it's really an eBay community for me.
Love that. What a perfect statement to end our little time together. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for coming to our studio, and I'm so glad you like it.
It's been our delight. Is there, in case we have listeners who speak German, can you pitch or plug your podcast really quick, and also tell us about the title of it, because that's really cool.
Yeah, so the podcast is called Alles top, gerne wieder, and that is actually a phrase that was pre-filled for feedback, automated feedback in eMade Germany, and it's like, everything went well, I'm going to shop again. It's a bit catchier in the podcast. And so Alles top, gerne wieder, it's coming out every other week on a Wednesday morning. We always have guests. We talk about everything that's happening in e-commerce and is important for your eBay business.
Perfect. And I believe you can also watch it with English subtitles, right?
You can.
So,
I haven't even thought about it.
Oh.
But one of the sellers in your group, he mentioned that he's watching the YouTube videos with the subtitles. And I mean, I haven't even thought about it because my German is good because I'm from Berlin. But yeah, that makes so much sense, because I mean, the content we're having in the podcast is not only relevant to DE sellers,
Right.
It is actually relevant for everyone.
Totally. And yeah, that would be a great way for anyone to go and also just get a little glimpse into the global markets, all around the globe, right, that are eBay, and maybe see some of those differences and some of the challenges and the similarities too. Like, it is all one eBay community, like you said. So thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for having me on the podcast.
I really want you to end the podcast with something in German, since you've been secretly learning German for 2 months.
Deutschland is wunderbar, perfect.
Super.
Danke.
That's